All right, what's up, y'all? So, this is funny, man. Triple H, he heard, all the talk about him not writing good stories and the show being boring and getting a C from ESPN, and he was like, you know what? I have to do something. I have to do something to get the people back on my side. And what does he decide to do? Run back the Bloodline story. Now, if you don't know, the Bloodline story is one of the most impactful and entertaining stories that we've had. It's at this point, maybe ever. If you're wondering why Jey Uso is as big as the star as he is right now, say thank you to the Bloodline story. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Uso never really, he was always like the background character. Sammy was elevated, Roman Reigns obviously was elevated, and Paul Heyman as well. But all in all, everyone played their parts correctly, you know what I'm saying? And the story for me ended at WrestleMania 40 when Cody Rhodes defeated Roman Reigns. That should have been the end of it. The Bloodline story, all storylines have to come to an end at some point, But now at this point, a few years later, WrestleMania 40 was in, 2024? So we're at WrestleMania 40, Bloodline story ends. Now we're on the road to WrestleMania 42, and the Bloodline story is back. Now you may be thinking, oh, maybe this is Jey Uso, pushing Roman around, or this is Jimmy Uso pushing Jey around. No. They brought Roman Reigns back to have his third match with Bronson Reed, by the way. He had a match with him and Jey, had a match against the Bronze. And then we had a Roman Reigns versus Braun's son match. Roman Reigns won. And now we're getting a third match at Crown Jewel on Saturday at 8 in the morning. Which Bronson Reed should win if we're doing all this, but you never know. But the story that was being told on Raw last night, which surprisingly, Raw was one of the best shows that we've gotten in a very long time. But why are we getting a Bloodline lore story in 2025? Why? There's no need for it. Now, could they turn this around and have Jey become the leader? Yes, absolutely. They could turn this around and make Jimmy the leader at some point, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm seeing right now, I want to know why we're doing this. Because for me, the only way this is going to make sense is if we're going to elevate someone who isn't Roman Reigns and isn't Jey Uso. And the only person left is Jimmy, the better Uso in the first place. So if this Bloodline story isn't about elevating him to the next level and have him at least on the same level as Jey and Roman, or as Jey is, I guess, because Jey's not surpassing Roman, but you know what I mean. What are we doing all this for? And this isn't something like, just let the story play out. We've watched the story play out for 4 years. Roman Reigns getting in the way of Jey getting all angry, Jey turning a little bit to the angrier side. What happens now? Oh, he's not yeeting anymore. Well, not as much. Now he's a little angry. Jimmy's in the back like, oh, we just did this. We just did it. We literally just went through all of this. So why am I seeing this again? Has Triple H lost it that bad to where we're running back storylines now? Is that what we're doing? If that's what we're doing, please let me know. You know what I'm saying? That's where my confusion comes in. Early right now, I don't think right now is the time to worry about it, to be honest with you. But I can't help but get worried about it just in my own brain, because the moment I saw that they were going this direction, I'm like, all right, we just went through this. Why in the world should I get super invested in something that could just end in Roman being champion again, which is a terrible idea, and Jey being champion again, which is an even worse idea? Why should I get invested in this? What else are they going to tell me? We know everything about these characters. The only person that we haven't really divulged into is Jimmy. But I don't trust that this company is going to give Jimmy the ball finally. They should. He should have been U.S. champion by now. But they spent 279 days on Logan Paul, and they put the belt on Shinsuke Nakamura with no direction. We wasted so much time. And Jimmy Uso, I would be astonished if he ever touched a world championship. I'm surprised Jey got one. So Jimmy, oh my God, Jimmy gets one. Wow. That would be something surprising. That would be an unpredictable move by Triple H right there if he pulls something off like that. But why did we get the Usos back together just for Roman to do the whole drive the wedge in between them thing again? Why? We just had this whole Jay and Roman story for a very long time when Jimmy was injured. Now we're just doing it in front of his face now? What's the point? And Jimmy and Roman still aren't cool. Oh, wow. I think we just did that. I think we just had that whole Jimmy and Roman, they're angry at each other. Oh, what happens now? We just went through this. We just went through it. And now we risk having the same payoff for this story. And the Bloodline is back. Yeah, I saw it on social media already, and it's so easy. And I understand why Triple H does things that he does. I understand everything. I hate it. I hate what he's doing to this company, but I understand it so much better now because it's so easy to get people to flip back on it. It's so easy to get people to flip right back onto that channel. It's so easy. All you got to do is throw the Usos and Roman Reigns in there, and people are telling me Triple H is back. Back to what? What did he come back to? He went backwards to a storyline that he didn't create? The WWE is back. We're back in the Bloodline saga. And oh my gosh. It's so frustrating because this is why I want the entire Bloodline to retire, at least for Roman and the Usos. I want them to go to Hollywood. I want them to just leave the company. Because the way people will give this company points for doing something that we just saw for 4 straight years is asinine to me. There were too many people that were so hyped about seeing this story as if this was the first time we ever got this. And then I'm going to add this in there too, because it's kind of the same thing as Roman Reigns. I blocked this person a while ago, right? But, other people like them. Other people like this person that I blocked. They come out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, we hate Cody Rhodes because he stole our match away from us. You know what our match is? The match that me, you, and your entire family loved or wanted to have? Roman Reigns versus The Rock. That's the match that Cody Rhodes stole from us. So now we hate Cody Rhodes because he stole. Shut the fuck up. I'm over here like, we? What do you mean we? R? What? R? You talking about the alphabet? S comes after. Like, what you mean? What are you talking about? I didn't want that match. Cody Rhodes didn't steal nothing from me. He didn't steal anything from me. I have no reason to hate Cody Rhodes. Ever. Like, Cody ain't never crossed me. Well, at least not in the past, 8 years, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Cody Rhodes ain't do nothing to me. So why do I hate him? I don't hate him at all. He helped me. I don't want to see that nut-ass match. And you saw that The Rock's movie, apparently, it ain't doing to it. What's called the Smashing Machine. If he don't get that award, I think he's trying to get like an Oscar or something. If he don't get that Oscar, he's going to try to get his whole ego back up. And you know what that means? He's coming back to win the Royal Rumble and defeat whoever the champion is at WrestleMania 43 or 42 at this point. You know what I'm saying? But all this wrapped into, and I say this so much. I said this so many different times. The Bloodline saga has created some of the most brain-dead wrestling fans I've ever seen in my life. The Bloodline story was so great for what it was. Did it go on for too long, in my opinion? Absolutely. But it was so great for what it was. And I still am yearning for different companies to find what their Bloodline story is going to be. But when that book closes, you can't just open it back up and say, this is a new story. No, it's not. We just closed the book. I just watched it. We all just saw it. You said the end. It was over. Everyone started doing their own different things. Roman's a face now. How do you do a Bloodline story with Roman as the face? And now they're trying to turn him back to that, the little brooding and conniving Roman Reigns. It's too late. He's already OTC1. It sounds like a damn sickness variant. Jay is already eating every week. Jimmy is already just there. Sami Zayn is on a completely different show, finally being what he needs to be, and that's a damn veteran, not the damn underdog from underground or whatever that damn gimmick was. And Paul Heyman, he's not a wise man. He's a what's it called? A oracle. He's he's an orca. He's whatever the hell. He's an oracle, giving prophecies, not spoilers. Everyone is doing their own thing. So why are we running it back to get us a different version of a story that we already watched for 4 years? But I know why, because those fans, oh my gosh, wow, the Bloodline saga is back, Cinema's back, Aura's back. They sound like freaking like Muppet babies. That's what they sound like when they're talking. I'm like, bro, what are we jumping up and down for? You want to see? There's an entire compilation of the Bloodline saga on YouTube. If you want the aura, you want the cinema back, turn on YouTube and watch it. It's all there. It's like 3 hours long. Watch it. You can watch it forever. Put it on loop. But in 2025, in the Netflix new era, ESPN, in this new era, we're getting the same story again. Meanwhile, everyone who's in that story they're all in different places. So what do we, if they're not going to put the belt on Jimmy, which I there's like a 1% chance, there's a 1% chance Jimmy Uso even gets a championship, a singles title. There's a 0% chance he wins a world championship. What we're going to do, put the belt on Jay, make him more angry? Crazy thing is, I'm not super mad at that, but not like this. I'm not super mad at them trying to make Jay more serious because I like Jay when he's serious. I hate this whole yeet thing. Because they tried it. I told you for weeks and months that it wasn't going to work, and then they tried to make it work and it didn't work. No, I'm not a genius. I'm not an oracle. I'm not a wise man. No, I can watch TV and comprehend. I can understand this stuff. It ain't rocket science. It's Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. It's the easiest thing to comprehend. That's why I didn't understand why so many people didn't understand what I was saying. Oh, you're a hater. You're just a hater. And then Jay goes on to have 2 mediocre title runs with the mid-card belt and the world championship. And they was looking around, oh, what happened? I told you what was going to happen. No one listens. Now you look stupid. And that's what you deserve, to look fucking stupid. That's the point. And now we're going back here so Jay can, he's going to beat Cody this time? Now he's going to have the different belt? Ooh. We're going to put the belt back on Roman? Ooh. Roman doesn't need the belt. He's already established. He's already a Hall of Famer. He's one of the greatest of all time. Never the greatest of all time, but he is already one of them. You know? And to be completely honest, this current version of him is slowly taking away from the, what do they say? What do people say? The aura? It's slowly taking away from that feeling of Roman Reigns. It is. It doesn't feel like the same Roman Reigns. It feels like a different, more diet version of him. So I'm supposed to watch the diet Bloodline story? You're not even giving me the same, you're giving me the diet version? Get out of my face, bro. We're not back. The only thing we're doing is going backwards to a storyline that Triple H doesn't have the creativity in his brain to think of. That's it. That's it. And even if you want to say, oh, this was a Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns production, you know Triple H going to win and put his 2 cents. You know he's going to try to put his Triple H sprinkle on it. And you know what that means. Something's going to get messed up somewhere down the road. Now you got some people who are begging that the Usos make sure that Roman beats Bronson again, which Bronson should not be losing to Roman again. But I understand why they're saying that, because they're trying to push this bloodline shit again. On the other hand, Bronson Reed cannot lose to Roman Reigns again, because the Division are just going to look even worse. The Division, they don't look like a dominant stable to me. They win some and they lose some. Rollins might beat Cody at Crown Jewel. Woo. That's not division work. I know he's in the stable, but at this point, I see more in him and Becky being just a tandem than him being with Braun, because he already said a few pay-per-views ago he doesn't need them. He said that on live television. And we didn't get any kind of pushback or anything. The Browns just keep on, Seth Rollins went on live television and said, yo, I don't need my stablemates. What the fuck? This is where we're at. This is where we're at. Triple H is running back the Bloodline saga because he knows that his creativity doesn't go very far, if it goes far at all. And his idea is, let me do a story that we already saw. Let me go back into the book of Vince McMahon and Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns and just play the old hits. And maybe the fans will love me again. And it's sad enough that about 50% fell right back into the trap. Not me. You know what I'm saying? Not the people who like us on this channel. If you're watching videos like this, then you're on the same wavelength as me, I hope. You understand that this isn't cinema, this isn't aura, this isn't good. This Triple H doing something that we already saw. And if it's not for the benefit of the person who is the most overlooked in this story, which is Jimmy Uso, if this is not for Jimmy Uso's benefit, there's no reason to put a world championship on Sami, a world championship on Roman, or another world championship on Jay. So I ask you again, what is the point? God bless y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see you in the next video, man.